Is it safe to click on this? Hi, I'm Woody Huffines. I'm the Nurse to Go in McKinney, Texas, and this is Tech for the Untechnical. A couple of videos ago, I mentioned that a friend of mine and somebody that's a professional sent me an email that she was a little concerned about because Geek Squad had asked her for $400, and she sent me the email because she hadn't used Geek Squad in a long time. And it turned out that it was from Geek Squad, spelled with two A's, at gmail.com, which, if you're a technical guy, you know right off the bat, this isn't from Geek Squad. I was talking to my non-technical expert, lives in my house, it's my wife, and she was asking me about emails, and it occurred to me that although I have talked about what not to click on, it'd probably be a good thing for me to show you what not to click on. So I did a screen recording, and we'll get to that in a minute. Before I get started, there are a couple of things I want to cover that I didn't cover in detail. The first one is the danger of a bit.ly link. When you hover over a link in an email in your browser down in the lower left-hand corner, it'll show you where that link leads to. And a lot of the links that you see in emails are bit.ly links. And you can tell it's a bit.ly link because it's bit.ly/ and then a bunch of stuff. Now, the reason that bit.ly links got started was actually Twitter, because when Twitter was 140 characters, if you put a great big long link or a big long URL in for somebody to click and follow that link, the link was so long that it took up a substantial number of your 140 characters. So bit.ly came about, which was a link shortener. It allowed you to have a website, and it's the bit.ly website, where you could put a link together and it would shorten the link significantly. So if you had myprettyponyfanclub.net/welcome, you could do a bit.ly link, and that'd be bit.ly/QFZ, some random stuff, but to make it short. Well, the bad guys have figured out that if they can get you to click on something, and that something is a bit.ly link, it can send you to any website in the world. And so a lot of what I talk about in this video that's coming up, or the second part of this video, is those bit.ly links, and caution you not to click on a bit.ly link, because with a bit.ly link, you don't know where it's taking you. You can't see what the domain is for that link. So I didn't explain that very well. I want you to think about that before you get started. Basically, what I'm going to do is just go through my spam inbox, because there's a bunch of examples of phishing email that show up in my Gmail all the time. And by going through and walking through my process for determining if a link is something that I care about, or a link is something that I'm concerned about, or it's an email that I want to respond to, I kind of go through the process of what you can do to make yourself safe from your spam folder and from phishing emails. So watch it, and we'll talk after it's over. I had some time today that I was in the Nerd Lab and recorded the intro, the regular intro, but I wanted to spend some time going through my spam email in my Google Gmail account. And I've kind of trimmed it down to take out the suggestions that might give me an R rating, because there were lots of them that had something to do with mail enhancement. I'm going to go through some of the spam emails that are in my spam email inbox to try to give you some clues to the things to look for, and give you some ideas to keep you from getting tripped up by spam. So if we go through the inbox, the first thing let's do is let's look at it at a high level. Anytime the subject matter of the email, or the subject of the email, has a bunch of icons in it, like all of these, if you've got all these icons in it, it's probably spam. If you don't see much of this stuff in a regular general email, if you look at your regular email account. So if you look at any one of these, and another thing that you can do is search for the word congratulations. If you search for the word congratulations, you'll pop up a bunch of emails in your spam folder that, well, maybe it's not such a big congratulations. For example, let's look at congratulations. So if I look at congratulations, well, it looks like a lot of these are congratulations that are a spam. That's got that big string of pictures and things that are trying to draw your attention to get you to click on them. Now, there might be one that's not. Look at this. This is Alliance Air Show. This is an air show that I'm interested in. I've signed up. I've done some things for the Alliance Air Show. Let's see what congratulations is in this perspective. They talk about the Alliance Air Show, and they talk about congratulations to the Alliance Air Show people. So that's clue number one, that even though it says congratulations in somewhere in the email, that it might be a decent email. Now look, if you check, anytime that you have links in an email, which is what they want you to do, is click on a link. If you look at these links,
down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, and I'll zoom in on that, you've got what that link goes to. And if you look at these links, all of these links are going to the allianceairshow.us. Well, allianceairshow.us, is that something that we care about? Is that something that we can look at? And we'll talk about that in a minute. But maybe congratulations isn't the perfect filter that you need to do, but that's a good first step. Another one for me recently is warranty. Search warranty. Almost got it. Search warranty. Look at these. This is the exact same header with just a little bit of different thing, and sometimes it's from different users. AHS warranty. And look at the dates. 14, 15, 16, 19, 18. I may have deleted one in between. These people are on you all the time. If you get something that's consistently showing up and it's got the congratulations and it's got the we cover things and we're going to make your life better, that's one of those things to pay attention to. Now let's talk again about those links. If I look at the links for this home warranty down in the left-hand corner, if I look at that link, that one goes to this bit.ly link, and this one goes to the same bit.ly link, and this one goes to the same bit.ly link, and this one goes to the same bit.ly link. Now let's talk a little bit about what that bit.ly link is. The bit.ly link is a link shortener initially, so that you didn't have to remember a long webmail address. But if you get an email that's got links to bit.ly addresses, that's a way for them to put you on a different website than what their website is actually presenting to be. So before you click on a link, anytime that you have an email and you might be interested in actually clicking on a link, so here's a whole bunch of links. One of the things that you might want to do is look to see if that link at the bottom is a great big long link, because if it's a great big long link, you may not want to click on it. You don't want to click on it, especially if it's a bit.ly link. So these don't look so good because they're long links that have a bunch of different things to them. But this is, if you'll notice the return address, it's registrar@cedsolutions.com. Now, if cedsolutions.com is a real website, maybe this isn't a dangerous piece of spam that's going to hack me. It's just a piece of spam that I might want to pay attention to. For example, we talk about training for my nerds. Maybe this is a decent place for us to go look at training. So if you take this cedsolutions.com and navigate to that website, you find out that this might be a real website. Here's a cedsolutions.com website. It looks like a legitimate website. It gives you a different way, a phone number, and an email that you can connect them. One of the things that we talk about in spam is if you're uncertain of a spam message, separate the channels of communication. So in this case, if I found something in the spam that got my attention or something that I wanted to pay attention to, I might be able to go to the CED Solutions website and find out that, sure enough, this is not somebody that's trying to hack me. This is somebody that's trying to sell me something. Now, I may not want to buy it, but at least I know that it's not going to hack me if I'm interested. Let's go down a little bit more. Capital One Rewards. Now look at the website, look at the return address, Capital One Rewards at a bunch of junk. Do you think Capital One is using this as their website? That's their domain? Probably not. So if it's a Capital One Rewards and the website is not Capital One, see our earlier discussion about Geek Squad with 2 A's and at Gmail, you see that this probably is something that's going to hack you, or probably something that you don't want to follow those links. And again, you've got bit.ly links, and those bit.ly links, you don't know where you're going when you click on it. The next thing that people are going to do with spam is they're going to try to create a sense of urgency. Let's search Norton. Look at this. I've got 12 email messages since the 21st of December saying that my Norton antivirus has reached the end of its subscription. I am expired in Norton antivirus. Some of them even go so far as to say that I'm infected with viruses. Well, now the question you have to ask yourself is, how would they know I'm infected with viruses? See, I've got 2 viruses here. Up here I've got 7. Well, there's 10 down here. 15 the next day. So why would they send something out that says Norton Antivirus? Well, Norton Antivirus is one of the most popular antiviruses around, and a lot of computers come with a free Norton antivirus on it. So if they send this spam out to umpty squat hundreds of people and they say, man, your Norton antivirus is, then, and you look at it, you go, oh, my goodness, my Norton antivirus is expired. I got to go look at that. Well, if you look at the Norton antivirus, look at the website. Norton Team 534XBY whatever .org.uk via an Italian website. See, there is nothing about that address that looks like Norton. So if they want you to renew now, look at the renew now link. You go down and look, it's a bit.ly link. You don't know where you're going. You log into there. It's going to be very easy for you to go, man, I got to get my Norton put back together, because they have created a sense of urgency for you that you're in danger of your computer getting hacked because your Norton antivirus has expired. Oh my gosh, I got to go do this today. You click on that link. It takes you someplace you don't know. You enter credit card information. You enter personal information. Bam, Bob's your uncle. You got a problem. So to clean this up, let's get rid of those and make it a little easier to search through what we've got that we're going to look at next. So again, look at the web address or the email address that they're coming from. Now let's look and see what else we got. And there's another home warranty. There's another CED Solutions, AHS home warranty. Oh, final notice. Here we go. The final notice trick. They're trying to create a sense of urgency for you. Again, look at the web address. Not Amazon. Look at the links down below. bit.ly links. This is a, man, we've got an order for you. We're ready to give it to you. Look at the difference. See, one of the things that the spam filters look for, a rudimentary spam filter, is anything that says Amazon that doesn't match up to an Amazon web address. So what the bad guys do is they do capital A, M, A, capital Z, O, N, so that the filters don't catch them. So you can confirm your delivery here. You notice the web link. If you look at the web link here, it's my email address. I didn't send myself this email. Here's an Amazon gift card and a way to continue the delivery. Look at the Amazon.com picture here. Look at this. Look at the way this is. Does this match Amazon's marketing? Does this match Amazon's branding? Before you go click on this link, you want to go make sure that it looks like Amazon, and you can separate the channel of communication. Navigate to Amazon.com and find out if you've got something that's coming from Amazon. Let's find another one. Capital One. Another very popular credit card. Congratulations, another keyword, $50 free trial offer confirmed. Click now, click receipt. Again, it's a bit.ly link. You don't want the bit.ly link. And look at admin at blah, 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 blah. Not Amazon, not Capital One. Look at who it's from, because these spammers are going to have some kind of weird thing up here that you're going to want you to go click on. Final notice, CED Solutions, another home warranty. Oh, federal tax settlement. Oh my gosh, this is serious. The federal government's after me, the IRS Fresh Start Program. Well, what do you think the chances are that their web address for the IRS is woody.huffines@splendidturnover.whatever.com? Probably not real good. But if you get tricked by this and you end up clicking one of these links, these bit.ly links, and notice here that the unsubscribe bit.ly link and the free evaluation bit.ly link and the tap to learn more bit.ly link are all to the same link. Now, why would you want to negotiate, or why would you want to navigate to something that's the same in every one of those? The answer is you wouldn't. So here again, they're trying to create a sense of urgency for you, just like the Norton antivirus, or just like the home warranty, or whatever. Here you have a problem. Let me fix it for you. Click on this link, enter your information, and bam, you got a problem. Now, I've looked at some of these because they're interesting. Martha Arnold. Now, I don't know Martha Arnold. Let's see what Martha has to say. Well, first of all, look at the website. Look at the return email address. Kind of a weird return email address. And here is Miss Arnold is from the Philippines. Her husband's from Hanoi. They live in the United Kingdom. Before his death, he worked a contract with the British government. There's another little clue. You probably don't have somebody that's worth $4.7 million that doesn't use dollar signs, that can't get their English right. I'm just saying. Not a real good choice. Now, there aren't any links here to follow, which is a good thing, because you're not going to be checking on a link. But the too good to be true rule holds. She's going to send me the remaining $2 million if I help. So all I got to do is promise to give it to the poor, and she's going to send me $2 million. Probably don't want to navigate to that website if there was a link. Now this is, here we go. This is from the support team. And notice, this message is from a trusted sender. Yeah. Because they say it's a trusted sender, do we really believe that? Again, look at what the return address is. If it's not a sensical address, and if all of these links down here are going to a bit.ly link, you probably don't want to play. Now let's look at one that's real. Topaz Labs is a vendor that I use when I do my photography and when I'm editing for photographs. So Topaz Labs is somebody that I do work for, or do work with. I've got Topaz Labs subscriptions for several of their pieces of software. Notice here that the return address, the email address they're using, is news@topazlabs.com. Well, now that looks like it might be a real email address. This one might be real. Now, maybe I don't want to click on it anyway. If I look at the links down here, they resolve to a topazlabs.us email address. topazlabs.com. What you can do if you think you might be interested or you might want to follow this is copy, and it's Control-C, copy that Topaz Labs address, go up into your browser, don't click on the link, and see, hey, there's Topaz Labs. I understand. This is the website that I use when I use Topaz Labs. This might be a real email, and one that if they have an offer I'm interested in, I might want to follow. So that's a real one. Vaccine. This is another one that they're playing with right now. Since a lot of people are concerned about COVID-19, they send you messages about vaccine or vaccine research, COVID-19. This is another flag for something that you want to pay attention to if this lands in your inbox. Do you really want to click on something that creates a sense of urgency? That's a COVID-19 research. Again, look at that return address. Not a return address I want to follow. Again, bit.ly links down on the bottom. They want you to enter your information, and that's a good way to get hacked. Creating a sense of urgency. Anytime that they have a funky looking PayPal, look at the PayPal address. This is the address. This is a bunch of scrambled stuff, and that .ru. Anything that says .ru means that email address is resolving to a Russian-sponsored server. Yeah, I don't know that I want to click on any of the links in this email that are going to send me to somebody who's sending messages out from a Russian server. And again, bit.ly links, bit.ly links, bit.ly links. You don't know where you're going. Don't click on that one. Now, there's a final one that I saw that I wanted to show you. I hope I didn't throw it away. No, here it is. This is a spin tracking and it says it's from American Express. And it says it's from my American Express card, my gold card ending in 91001. Well, what's going on with American Express? Now, Google gives me a thing that says, wow, this is kind of dangerous. Similar messages, it's got information, gives me the idea that I can view my account or make a payment. That's a good way to get hacked, because if they say view your account, they may be collecting your username and password so they can get into your account. So I've got a question about this one. But if I look at these make me nervous. So what I might do is go search, separate the channel of communication, and go to the phishing and scam awareness page on AmericanExpress.com. And if I look at the phishing and spam from AmericanExpress.com, down at the bottom, Here are the sender's email addresses that American Express normally sends emails out from. So since I went and separated the channel of communication, I didn't click in the email. I went to AmericanExpress.com and looked at their fraud alert, and they gave me that AEXP.com and at WelcomeAEXP.com are email addresses that American Express uses. A legitimate email from American Express got caught up in my spam filter because it didn't look like the other American Express websites. So I was able to go in and look at it at the American Express site by separating the channel of communication for the ones that you're interested in. So while we're in the inbox, just to kind of go back over the things that we've talked about. First of all, if it's got a lot of icons and emoticons or emojis in the title, it's probably not one that you want to mess with. The other thing that you want to look at is look at the return address. If that return address is just a bunch of garbage, that probably means that that thing is hosted on some website or some server that you don't want to be a part of, especially if it's a .ru or .it or .some country that's not the United States. If you do have a question about it, you want to separate the channels of communication. If this looks like something you might be interested in, go up and search it separately to see if that's a legitimate website or a better looking website, and especially if they have a way to contact them or ask questions like a 1-800 number, you can get a better feel for if you're interested in clicking the links in that website. So pay attention to the title, be careful of congratulations, look for bit.ly links. You don't want to follow bit.ly links. Look at the return address. Make sure that that return address looks like somebody from the company or the organization that it's sending it from. And as we discussed in the intro, you need to be careful about what that looks like, because if they misspell it, like Geek Squad, with squad's got 2 A's in it, and it's going to a gmail.com email address, probably not.
Well, there you go. We went through the inbox, or the spam portion of my Gmail inbox, and showed you some of the things that it's a good idea to look for technically before you click on something to avoid a phishing attack. And phishing attacks come in spam emails, and Gmail does a good job of separating those out for ones that you want to pay attention to. If you don't have Gmail, maybe your Outlook does, maybe your browser email client will do that for you. But even if it's perfect, it still is worth the effort to look at the return address, look at the links, and make some decisions about whether you want to separate the channels of communication. If this was helpful to you, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, mash the notification bell, share it with your friends, and we'll see you again soon.